Imagine this. You're not here by chance. You are not just existing, surviving, or going through the motions of life. You are a masterpiece in motion, a living expression of divine purpose. Every breath you breathe, every beat of your heart, demonstrates that you are a part of something far bigger than yourself. This is not simply life. It is a wonderful game. And you, my friend, are both the player and the purpose. Yes, there will be instances when you are stretched. Challenges can seem insurmountable, and questions that disturb the foundation. But remember this. Each one represents a step forward in the overall plan. An opportunity for you to realize your own strength. You are not a spectator, observing the world unfold. You are the power that shapes it. This is your signal to ascend, to see the trials. Instead of obstacles, think of them as doors waiting to be opened. You have been selected to experience, to expand and change. Today, take a time to absorb this reality. You embody divine potential in human form. You have limitless potential to create, heal, and flourish. Let that fire burn in your spirit. Burn brightly. Let it remind you that your troubles do not define you. However, you may overcome difficulties by making the right decisions. Stand tall. Own your narrative and show the world what happens when purpose meets unstoppable will. This is your moment. Step into it completely and unashamedly. You were meant for this. Let us play. This road is not about claiming wins cut by egos and blades, or chasing after transient milestones. It is about transition, evolution, and, most importantly, recollection. You are not just a body going through challenges. You are an everlasting energy traversing the enormous playground of the physical universe, as Teilhard de Chardin rightly remarked. We are spiritual creatures who have a human experience every second. Each choice, victory, or misstep is a delicate thread in the vast tapestry of divine knowledge. Life requires your entire participation, propelling you ahead with unwavering force when you fail and expanding in dazzling clarity when you fully embrace it. The geography of life was never designed to wrap you in comfort. It was created to inspire development, require resilience, and awaken the limitless potential inside. You are not here to comply to limits, but to overcome them, to awaken the latent power that is in your innermost nature. This isn't a passive observation. There is an urgent need to ascend. You are the conduit, the spark and unwavering force of change. Existence works via opposing forces that shape you like a sculptor chiseling raw stone. You are caught in the middle of a conflict. Light and shadows, joy and despair, clarity and chaos. This equilibrium is not accidental. It is the crucible of progress. The severity of these contrasts sharpens your perspective, but free will gives you the confidence to face storms rather than escape them. Challenges are not curses, but heavenly tools. Refine your spirit, like fire, temper, and steel. This reality was not intended to imprison you, but rather to immerse you in the beauty of forgetting and rediscovering. You picked this experience not as a punishment, but as a method to better understand yourself and to value tranquility. To embrace love, you must first undergo strife. You must first experience its absence. These contrasts do not make you weaker. They provide avenues for change, adding richness to each encounter. Forgetting who you are is not a failure. It is the process by which waking becomes deep. Even when clarity returns, the intensity of the experience remains high. The beauty of life is in its genuineness. The game feels genuine because it should. Its objective is to promote development and connection. The creator does not take half measures. You're not here by chance. You're here to embrace the contradiction, to feel it, live it, and let it transform you into something special. Declare it boldly. I am in charge of this moment. These obstacles are my tools, and I am the one who uses them. This life is about conquering your hardships rather than allowing them to devour you. You are neither a spectator or a victim. You are the architect and catalyst for each stage of your path. Freedom does not consist in avoiding life's obstacles. It arises when you learn to soar beyond them. The game is yours to develop, manage, and transcend. Clarity comes not from opposing the system, but from understanding your ability to reshape it. Mastery is attained not via resistance, but through insight and detachment, letting go of results while fully engaged with purpose. Krishna's wisdom urges us to do our duties while letting go of the consequences of our deeds. This is the ultimate method, leading to unwavering concentration and infinite potential. You're not bound by the rules. You are the one who generates them. This is the zone where mastery and creativity intersect by abandoning the ego's grasp on control. You enable purpose to flow freely, turning every challenge into an opportunity. Life is not intended to be avoided. It's intended to be lived with purpose and awareness. You are not just a participant. You are the energy that propels the tale ahead. Detachment does not imply disinterest. It is the clarity that enables you to navigate the world. Like flames on a bleak field, ignite and alter everything in your path. Your body and mind are tools, not definitions. The watcher inside you, unaffected by pain or fear, is your source of power. Your difficulties are genuine, but they don't own you. They purify you. Ego speaks falsehoods about satisfaction, limiting you to transient wants and superficial accomplishments. Letting go does not mean letting up. It is recovering your power. When you disconnect from ego-driven results, you may begin to create authentically. You're not here to prove yourself, but to express the limitless power inside you. Accept the contradiction of life. Dive into the madness. Feel the intensity. But never forget that you are the quiet that binds everything together. Play the game completely, but as the master, not the piece. This is your opportunity to rediscover who you have always been. Rise unshaken as the everlasting force directing every choice, stride, transformation, and decision you make, which is more than simply an action. It is a rebalancing of the whole structure surrounding you. Declare with conviction, I control my story. I'm both the author and the architect. You are not a passive participant in life. You are the one who shapes it. The road isn't chaos disguised as chance encounters. It's a deliberate design, an elaborate map with hidden marks for you to find. These signals are often neglected during times of clarity, synchronicity, and intuitive breakthrough. They whisper truths, prompting you to realize that nothing is accidental. I recall a moment when a stranger's casual remarks pierced through my hesitation like a razor through fog. It was not a random encounter. It was a well-timed message designed to reawaken something dormant inside me. Everything transformed at that second. I wasn't simply listening, I was receiving. The lesson was basic but powerful. If you are willing to listen, the universe will communicate. When you see patterns emerging or experience a strong feeling of alignment, these are not just coincidences. They are threads in a larger tapestry that suggests that life is rich with significance, ready to be discovered. These moments draw you into consciousness, reminding you that you are more than simply a piece of the jigsaw. You are the one rearranging things. The indicators are always there, but their visibility is contingent on your desire to notice. Slow down, look deeper, and interact with a strong feeling of presence. Everything has a purpose, and every alignment is a push from the unseen, prompting you to recognize your power. Those peculiar feelings of déjà vu, those momentary moments of insight, or the words said by a stranger that seem too perfect to be an accident, they are echoes of truth that will lead you back to your own self. Make the jump, subscribe today, and let's work together to achieve greatness. Life's design is not random. It is deliberate. Your intuition holds the key to revealing its deeper dimensions. Trust in the times that seem inexplicable. Those inner whispers that lead you down unforeseen paths. The logic of the world may object, but your intuition is tuned to the language of creation itself. Follow it, not blindly, but with confidence in the design that supports everything. It isn't chaotic. It is the artistic orchestration of something far larger than what the eye can perceive. You are not a passive participant in this narrative. You are the one who determines its path. For the time being, we can only see a reflection, much as in a mirror. Then we will meet face to face. 1 Corinthians 13:12. This existence, my friends, is like a mirror reflecting bits of a much larger reality. Imagine standing in front of a fogged glass, getting glimpses of light and shadow, and feeling the pulse of something deep beyond it. We are stuck between the visible and the unseen, the temporary and the eternal. However, this planet, with all of its complex intricacies, delights, and tragedies, is not a cage. It's a canvas. God, in His great wisdom, designed this experience not to confine you, but to awaken you. Imagine a seed buried deep in the soil. To the untrained eye, it seems dead and imprisoned in darkness. But inside that seed is the blueprint for life itself, waiting for the pressure, soil, and rain to unlock its divine potential. That seed is you. This life, with all of its victories and tragedies, is the earth crushing down on you, shaping you and bringing out the progress that only comes with effort. This existence is not an accident. Heartbreaks, periods of uncertainty, and soaring achievements are all intricately woven into the fabric of your path. They aren't out to defeat you. They're here to instruct you. The pain you experience is not punishment. It is preparedness. The delight you feel is not transitory. It is a foretaste of eternity. Every struggle is a tool for chiseling away the illusions and uncovering the beauty that God has created inside you. Now is the moment to share God's blessings by clicking the super thank you button on YouTube. With a $100 gift or more, you can help Him realize His vision and be a part of this heavenly mission. Every contribution symbolizes God's generosity, and I think it will return back to you enormously, far beyond your expectations. Remember that His protection and blessings are with you every step and every contribution. You become a part of His divine plan. You are a powerful, dazzling entity, as solid as the massive rock that saw God's marvels. Feel the rewards of your kindness in your spirit and light up the world with confidence and bravery. Be blessed, and let the light of the Lord lead you. You don't merely exist in this planet. You're uncovering its layers. Like a pilgrim entering a big cathedral, you're supposed to gaze up and wonder at the design, to feel the heavenly presence that pervades every stone, shadow, and ray of light. This life is not a problem to be solved. It's a riddle to solve, a gift to unwrap layer after layer. When you confront the storms, realize that they are not come to harm you, but to show what can't be moved. The winds may howl and the waters surge, but you are rooted in something far deeper. You are not only navigating this life, you are evolving through it. The hardships shape you, the successes energize you, and the reflections educate you to see beyond the surface. So, stand steady, the chosen one. This game is not over. It is a doorway. Walk confidently through it, knowing that what lies beyond is more magnificent than you can fathom. You are more than simply a participant in this divine plan. You are a co-creator, a witness to the manifestation of a truth inscribed in the stars and sealed in your heart. Keep going, for the best is yet to come. Every facet of your trip is purposeful, designed to keep you in its rhythm. Synchronicity, intuition, and flashes of understanding. These aren't coincidences. They are breadcrumbs that will guide you back to the reality of your limitless essence. Imagine having such a vivid dream. You can experience every touch and sound in the dream. It feels genuine, but something in your head knows it isn't. That's life. A fascinating dream intended to challenge and develop you. The design is ideal not because it is faultless, but because it is dynamic. The imperfection is the purpose. Every twist and turn encourages you to remove layers of deception and align with the true truth. It's not about breaking out of the game. It's about realizing you're more than just the game. You are the architect, the observer, and the source of meaning inside it. The illusion is only effective when you ignore this fact. Step into the flow, not as a hostage, but as the one who controls the stream. You are not under the game's control. It reacts to you. You are not here to avoid it. You're here to master it. Fear of what lies beyond is the ultimate delusion. a shadow thrown across the walls of your mind to keep you grounded in the transient. What you call death is not the end, but rather a barrier, a portal to reality. Beyond this transient encounter, the body you inhabit is a vessel, a perfectly tuned instrument designed for this realm. When it disappears, it does not carry you with it. Instead, it releases you. The true you, the timeless, unbreakable essence, strides forth, unencumbered and whole. Ancient wisdom often uses poetic metaphors to describe this shift: the weighing of the heart, the passage of a river, or the elevation to a higher level. These were not scary stories, but lessons laced with reality to help us go ahead. One must have lived with awareness, letting rid of the illusory attachments that bound those who accepted the eternal within themselves from being judged. They were emancipated. Your quest to greatness begins here. Subscribe today, and we'll make it happen. What you have been trained to fear is, in reality, a moment of enlightenment. The concept of death as a void is a fabrication, a narrative narrated by those who only see the surface. The ego fears it because it understands that it cannot follow the core of who you are. The observer behind the eyes transcends time and place. When the body slips away, what remains is not reduced, but rather unveiled. You don't lose. You are transforming this planet. This existence was never intended to define you. It was a chapter in an unending saga, setting the scene for your development, tribulations, and successes. Laughter and tears were all instruments for molding you, pulling you closer to the heart of your being as you navigated this life. Remember that the game you're playing now is only one level of a much larger concept. The end is not the end. It marks the beginning of a deeper understanding. Live as if the curtain has already been removed. Let go of the dread that binds you to the inconsequential, and enjoy the freedom that comes with understanding who you actually are. When the moment comes to go through that doorway, it will be with strength, assurance, and the knowledge that you are never bound by the barriers you believed existed. Death is not your loss. This is your liberation. Every purpose under God has its own season and time. Ecclesiastes 3:1. Just like the oak tree loses its leaves in fall, trusting in the promise of spring, we must also welcome the shifts and changes on our path. Life is not a straight route, but rather a heavenly rhythm, a symphony composed by a hand much larger than our own. Seasons of growth, rest, struggle, and success are not arbitrary. They are weaved together with purpose and affection. And this is the reality. You are not just going through the seasons. You are the song that makes them come to life. The core of who you are, my friends, is not limited by time, geography, or situation. The difficulties you experience, the delight you cherish, and even the losses you mourn. These aren't the end. They are the portals to a deeper knowledge of who you are. Remember this when the world seems too heavy. You are not a suitable carrier. You are the force that elevates it. The body may fatigue, the form may decay, but the soul is unaffected, alive, and immortal. Death is not the end. It is a comma in the phrase that describes your existence, a transition to a larger, endless expanse. Each soul follows its own beat, driven by a mission etched in the stars. Some go quickly, discarding fear and illusions like old clothes. Others go more gingerly, clutching the security of the familiar. But listen to me. There is no correct or incorrect speed. The beauty of this magnificent creation is its variety. Every soul, whether running or halting, is just where it should be. You are not here to pull them along. You are not supposed to lower your lights for their comfort. Growth is holy, personalized, and exactly timed. Letting go is not a weakness. It represents wisdom. Give up the assumption that others must see what you see. Feel how you feel. Alternatively, expand as you grow. True freedom, the type that connects you to the divine, comes not from control, but from surrender. When you let go of the urge for others to reflect your path, you liberate yourself to climb higher, and as you ascend, you become a beacon, not dragging people, but encouraging them to rise when the time comes. Consider a lighthouse on a rough coastline. It doesn't pursue the ships. It stands solid, its light sliced through the darkness, leading those who are prepared. That's you. Your responsibility is not to compel the trip, but to light the way. Act with compassion, speak clearly, and believe that those who are intended to walk by you will do so in their own time. Experience the power of being selected. If you have a feeling in your heart that you are intended for something bigger, you have discovered it. Click Join today for unique content. Receive spiritual instruction and connect with others who understand your path. This is not merely a group. It's a step closer to fulfilling your spiritual mission. Take the plunge now and take your place among the selected. Join us now. So take a brave step into your mission. Accept your path with humility and bravery, understanding that your progress is part of a bigger picture. Every minute you awaken, every truth you discover contributes to the brightness of creation. Let go of the impulse to control the story and believe in the divine rhythm that pulses inside and around you. You are not only a character in the tale, you're the reason it exists. You are not responsible for other people's awakenings. Your obligation is to respect your own path, to confidently embrace your brightness. Because everything in this world is interrelated, your energy will naturally inspire and elevate people around you as you mature. Your example, rather than your power, will direct the limitless interplay of awakening, a dance in which spirits find themselves at various tempos. Hold room for people without passing judgment, knowing that each degree of awareness adds to the overall design. Your role is not to command, but to embody, not to dominate, but to inspire belief in the divine plan in every step. Yours and theirs are both part of the growing artwork. Concentrate on being your whole self and let the rest happen spontaneously. What you build inside will go outside, influencing the lives of others in ways you can't understand. Keep pushing ahead, believing in the wisdom of the path. Life is not a static condition. It is a dynamic, developing canvas on which consciousness expands and develops. Each step uncovers a deeper truth about the game. You're starting from the beginning. Survival is the primary goal. Instincts drive choices, and fear throws a long shadow. As you progress, your ego takes control, weaving tales of identity, disconnection, and control. This is the illusionary phase, in which the self and the other seem separate. Then comes the shift, a spark of inquiry, the peeling away of layers that used to define your world. You begin to demolish the constructions, bringing chaos and clarity together. Finally, the illusion of isolation disappears. Understanding dawns. You are not a part of the whole, but rather a mirror of it. The divine flows not just around you, but through you, connecting every breath, thought, and particle in an unending dance of oneness. Realize your potential. Subscribe now, and let's make something spectacular. You're here to guide your own progress, not to dictate someone else's. Growth cannot be hastened or enforced. It emerges spontaneously, in harmony with the rhythms of each soul's journey. Be a guide, not a force. When knowledge is needed, provide it. However, they should be aware of their path's bounds. When you let go of the need to manage others' progress, you discover freedom in managing your own. True humility is shown not by professing to know, but by acknowledging the wide expanse of what remains to be found. It is an open position, ready to absorb the limitless knowledge that the cosmos perpetually provides. Acting with arrogance merely traps you in the illusion of certainty, blinding you to bigger truths beyond your present comprehension. To accept humility is not to reduce oneself, but to make room for growth. When you clear your mind of preconceived beliefs, divine knowledge surges in, filling the space with clarity and understanding. This is not a weakness. It is a strategy. Remaining teachable makes you aware of the game's ever-changing design. Accept that not every turn, challenge, or moment of difficulty is directed at you, but through you. This is the insight that frees you from resistance and brings you into harmony with the flow of creation. The key to mastery is to embrace the process rather than the end. When you feel you have arrived, you stop progressing. Continue expanding. Keep asking questions. Keep submitting to the game's secrets. Your achievement does not lessen the importance of others' pathways. It promotes the communal awakening. Every difficulty you conquer adds to the tranquility of the household, sending waves that motivate others to rise in their own time. Remember that the game isn't about control. It's about the flow. Believe in your path. Respect others' travels and understand that each step is part of the endless plan. Let humility and awareness serve as your compass, leading you through the ever-expanding realms of consciousness. You are not bound by the game's rules. You shape them with every decision, deed, and moment of surrender. Here's what you could have forgotten. The framework you explore is not different from you. It is an extension of the energy you bring into being. The decisions you make, the lessons you learn, and the problems you experience all have one purpose: to remind you that you are more than just a participant in this process. You are its essence and architect. This is not a game that you play. It is a masterpiece. You are always creating and reflecting on the paths you have constructed, the knowledge you have gained, and the times when difficulties became stepping stones. Share your path not to brag, but to inspire others to see their own limitless potential. Your truth is a flame that illuminates the path for others who are still lost in the darkness. This is not about reaching the finish. It is about initiating a chain reaction of change. Every narrative twist, every unexpected turn, serves as a mirror to reflect the grandeur of what lies inside. This isn't a race with a finish line. It is a continual development of your ability to push boundaries, innovate, and ascend. You are not here to settle for comfort, but to destroy old paradigms and release what was previously thought impossible. The future doesn't wait. It is developing, shaped by the clarity of your judgments and the fervor of your ambitions. Deepen your awareness. Weave truth from the fabric of chaos and enter worlds you had not yet imagined. Your existence is not a response. It is a symphony. You compose in real time. Challenges serve as catalysts rather than obstacles. Surprises are not accidents. Rather, they are chances for alignment. The journey's design is superb, tailored precisely to promote development and broaden your knowledge. Celebrate all of your accomplishments, missteps, and seemingly insurmountable challenges. They are not diversions. They form the fabric of your growth. Stop fighting the flow of life and accept the fact that you are not just existing inside the system. You are the system, the spark, and the source of all creation.